I want to get into this one. I'm on my walk and I'm like, you know what? I was thinking of this idea because I just got through meeting with a few different business owners and we're talking about assets, the importance of assets, but also being an asset. I said, let me fill you in on a little bit of this conversation from the standpoint of what is an asset and how you can be an asset. This quick test, check it out. Welcome. Shout out to you for coming through again. I'm on my walk. This is something I like to do on the regular. Today it warmed up enough for me to get a chance to get back outside and so today I got a chance to meet with a couple business owners and we're talking about the new year. We're talking about some of the things they have in mind, the goals and things, and I was talking to them, we was discussing assets. And one of the things I mentioned is just the importance of having assets, but also being an asset. And so what I want to do is talk about being an asset. So you have your business or you're aspiring to be a business owner. One of the things that's very key is important for you to be an asset. Yes, as the business owner, it is important for you to be an asset. So like, what does that look like? This is a quick test for you to be able to determine, am I being an asset? Am I an asset? All right. The first one is growth. Assets grow. Like assets definitely grow. That means that you're taking care of things as far as learning and continuing to feed yourself the information that you need, that you're learning from mistakes, that you're taking notes and tracking these kinds of things. Another thing with the growth is that we can see, like, do you know more now than what you knew last year? Like, are you picking up new information? Are you trying these new things? Do you have more information now? Do you have more processes and things now that you had last year? Because assets grow over time. So the big thing is are you growing over time? If you are, that is one of the ways to determine whether or not you are an asset. The next thing is, I like to call this value. When I think value, I'm thinking like when we add you to a situation, when we add you, does that situation become better? Like when you get in the mix, does the value raise? Like we put you in the equation and that equation just got better because you are a part of it. That's how it is. You can tell. People like to call on assets. They're like, hey, listen, I got this issue. This is going on. Tell me what you think. Should I do this? Should I do that? Like assets, being able to be put in a situation and that situation expands. The situation becomes better. So check self, check out and see, you know what? Am I making situations around me better? That's one of the telltale ways for you to be able to see, am I an asset? Last and definitely not least, we got to discuss this. Finances, how you handle your finances, that's very important because you want to have this in order. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect, but that means you're on top of it. Like you're not unaware of what's going on in your finances. We're like, oh, I thought you didn't have that. I thought you had that. Like, no, you understand what you should be doing and the things that needs to be paid. You make sure obligations are met. Like that's important. Like you want to make sure that the obligations are being met financially. And you also want to know where you stand. You don't want to be like, you know what? I don't know if we got enough to make these purchases. Do it. I'll find out later. You're proactive with your finances. So that means that you understand where you all are and where you're trying to go. You understand, you keep a track of those kind of things, whether that's keeping financial statements, which is very important, whether you're having projections, but you understand the finances of your business and of yourself personally. Because as I mentioned before, you're an asset, right? And being an asset, you understand your finances, whether it's business, but also personally. That means that you are on top of your finances personally as well. If you don't, that's a liability. And unfortunately, we're not talking about liabilities, we're talking about assets, which is what we want you to be. Speaking of want to be, this is right where I want to be, like on the walk and clearing the head, all of those kind of things. Yeah, so I'm gonna get ready to continue on this thing here. I wanted to hop on here to give you all a couple things as a quick test to be able to determine whether or not you're being an asset, and you can easily modify this in order to put it into place now to make sure you're being an asset. Let me continue to walk. I was about to just keep walking off. I almost forgot. Got my camera out here, so let me grab this, put this down, and keep on my walk. I'm gonna see you on the next one.